Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to segment 2 of Smacktalk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams. We're going to start off segment 2 with some NBA and NHL news. Starting with the NBA, Tracy McGrady retired. T-Mac, he's retiring. His options are overseas, which he'll dominate.
Yeah, he will, because he can still play in the NBA.
Yeah.
I watched an interview earlier on ESPN with, I forgot who the anchor was, but he said the reason that he did retire from the NBA is that he's mentally burnt out because he's tired of sitting on the bench, and he's tired of not getting the opportunities, and he feels like he can still play in the starting 11. Soccer, starting 5, and contribite. And nobody's allowing him to take that role.
With the Spurs, he actually made it past the first round this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Finally, after all this time. Tracy McGrady, in my opinion, 1 year he led the league in point scoring. He was twice. Okay, with the Houston Rockets. He was great.
7-time All-Star.
T-Max, and he could shoot too. The thing is he was one of those players. He kind of was the beginning of the new generation.
Yeah.
When T-Mac, obviously he had to face Kobe the whole time with Kobe and Shaq.
Straight out of high school.
Yeah. Moving on, Jameson signs with the Clippers.
It's not a huge move. It's a move enough to talk about though, because in the rotation that the Clippers had last year, they didn't have very much depth. So when Blake Griffin comes out, when the big men come out down low, then they cause us problems.
Yeah. Speaking of the Clippers, player that played for him last year, Lamar Odom, supposedly has a drug problem.
That's
according to TMZ.
Why Kardashian is divorcing him, or trying to, or something.
Whatever. Who knows? You never know. He's the candy man. He likes to eat candy. That candy you smell with your nose.
I don't understand. Another thing I don't understand is just like, man, just engulf yourself in a video game or
in positive activities.
It's not that complicated. I mean, if I had all that money, I would.
Hold on a second. Now we're ready to go.
If I had all that money, I mean, I just couldn't comprehend to myself doing drugs, because you can.
I could comprehend a lot of drugs with that kind of money.
That's the thing. You can comprehend a lot of drugs, but
that's how they have drug problems.
The thinking that makes you start doing them.
I mean, you think about people that have no money and have drug problems. When you have that kind of money and you have a problem, like an addictive personality,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in trouble. And I think that's what his problem is because, first off, it's L.A.
They go, yeah, you're right. It is L.A. and it's more open to him than anywhere else. But however, most people get on drugs because of like depression issues and things like that.
Because you're married to a Kardashian,
dude. How hard could life be?
I know. I know. The thing is though, but I watched a thing when they were getting married on the Kardashian show about him eating candy all the time. So he's Kardashians. Everybody loves Kardashians.
Just like Trevor Noah says, it's sports, the Kardashians, the president, and the troops.
Yeah,
that's the order of importance in the U.S.
No, but he eats candy all the time. Like, he has his bodyguards go out and try. So, right, that first thing tells me is that he already has an addictive personality. So he's replacing something with candy. You know what I mean? And now he's in L.A. He's got a crazy wife, or whatever's going on there. And then
they're not crazy. They're just dumb.
Oh, okay. Is that what their problem is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you obviously haven't watched it enough.
You name your child
I'm
North.
engaged, so all I do is watch the Kardashian show.
Your name is you name your child North. Your last name is West. Now your child's name is Northwest. Oh, anyways, that's a separate subject. Moving on to some NHL news. I'll let Tony take this here.
Yeah, because he can't pronounce the name.
I Grabowski.
Mikhail Grabowski he was on Toronto last year. He played a huge part in the Toronto Maple Leafs making the playoffs and going to Game 7 with the Boston Bruins.
And then giving up a 4-goal lead.
Yeah, that was huge. But he became a free agent and he signed with the Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals didn't do much in the playoffs last year because they lacked depth.
Yeah. Just
like a lot of teams in the NHL, but they're signing this guy. He's a good center. He's proven he was an all-star.
Caps were my pick to go to the finals.
They were your pick to go to the finals against the Hawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you had half right. I forgot what my pick was. Penguins, Hawks.
Yeah, you had Penguins, Hawks.
And they disappointed me too. But either way, he's going to make a big addition to the Washington Capitals. Also, the Devils re-signed Adam Henrique, which is a big re-signing for them because they are getting older. So they need these young players.
The thing about the Devils is they're going to be a contender.
Mm-hmm.
They play solid defense. They do the down low stuff.
Anytime you have Martin Brodeur, you're a contender.
It's like one of the best goalies ever. They play the down low hockey. They keep the puck down low, and they grind it out. Teams like the Rangers have tried to replicate. Although the Rangers made it to the semifinal or the finals, semifinals a couple years ago.
A couple years ago, they might have. I think
they
I'm
play
not
the
sure.
same type of hockey that
Yeah.
the Devils like to play. You know, it's kind of like the NFL that people bite each other's styles. You know, one
Yeah.
thing works for one other. But the thing with the Devils is, besides Brodeur, they miss a scoring threat.
Yeah, they had Ilya Kovalchuk, but he
Mhm.
went to the KHL, as we talked about a few shows back.
Yeah.
He retired from the NHL, said he wanted to just play in Russia to finish out his career, so they lack their biggest scoring threat. So they need someone like this to step up on the wing.
The next thing, speaking of the KHL, I'm going to try to do this without laughing, is
This is terrible.
Sidney Crosby does not support the anti-gay law in the KHL and believes that all players should play. But
Just so you know, everybody knows the KHL, or everybody is going to know now, the KHL bans gay players. In fact,
Russia bans gay people.
in general. Most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. We're not in the 1940s anymore.
no, yeah, you know, it's the thing. As far as history goes, you know, you've had the civil rights movement, and now gay rights is happening, and Russia is kind of like the forefront of this because they've got these anti-gay laws, and now you've got sports players who, you know, I'm pretty sure there are some gay KHL players.
Yeah,
And now they're
out
gonna be
there.
feared.
They're just not
They-
going to say anything
and
because
they're not going to be slapping butts
their
anymore.
hands chopped off or
Yeah,
something.
no
in
12th
Russia.
round special.
No 12th round special.
Yeah,
No, thank you.
yeah, you know, and the
Oh,
thing is,
man.
it's good for Sidney Crosby for speaking out on this, because not only is this going to attract attention worldwide in the hockey world, but also here in the United States, it's going to attract attention to the fact that he's speaking out on a political issue. It's rare that
Yeah.
you see athletes speak out like Cluey, the punter, the former
sure,
punter
yeah.
of the
He actually organized like a whole gay rights, I don't know, like a foundation,
Yeah.
like a charity.
and there was a guy from the Baltimore Ravens that was
Yeah, sure, yeah, and Israel Donahue, he's playing the Bears.
And so they, you know, it's good to see athletes speak out on these issues because, you know, we live in a world today where, you know, racism, you know, gay bashing, those things don't need to exist anymore, and especially in
Unfortunately,
sports.
they do though.
I know, but
And
in
that's what
sports,
kills
it
me.
should be, you know, sports is where all that stuff's supposed
Yeah,
to leave.
you're not there to be a man's man. You're there to be an athlete.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what type of person you are. If you're gay, straight, black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter. You're an athlete, and people prove that all the time that they can play, being whatever they are that people chastise for them.
Yeah,
or chastise them
what's
for.
there's one of these. I think it's Major League Baseball. Or the Bay Area has the thing: if you're gay, if you can play, you can play. Right?
I've heard that one.
It's like a ongoing campaign. I think it's the Bay Area for baseball. But that's, you know, that makes the point. Like, when you step on a field, regardless if it's the hockey rink, soccer field, basketball court, baseball diamond, whatever, football field, it doesn't matter what your political beliefs are, your religious beliefs are, your sexual orientation.
Yeah, I think
that stuff goes out the window, and that's why I already like Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
But I like him even more that he's going to speak out on this because,
Sure.
you know, the KHL is you know, besides the NHL, that's the most popular hockey in the
entire
world. You know, and a lot of great players play there that nobody knows about because it's in Russia.
Yeah, and I'm going to guarantee you that there's going to be a few KHL players that move over to the NHL or try to move over to the NHL.
Yeah, they have that crazy contract thing in the KHL.
Well, not only that, then the NHL has better quality players.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to try to move over to the NHL. And I'm going to be pretty honest. I bet you at least one of them's gay. I mean, you got guys coming out now like Jason Collins, who played for the New Jersey Nets, Robbie Rogers, who played in the MLS,
plays for the
Los
LA
Angeles Galaxy,
yeah.
traded from Chicago, yeah. And then recently had a WWE star, David Otunga, came out on TMZ and said he was gay. Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. That's the whole thing. Is the people that care are the people that are too ignorant to realize that, you know what, we live in a different world. They're holding on to whatever it is, their beliefs, whatever it is. But the fact is
they want to be angry about something.
Yeah, they want to be angry about something. And the fact is like, especially in Russia, with these anti-gay laws that they have, you know, they have protests out there. Gay people protest, and they get beat up. But every year they do it again. And that's why I say Sidney Crosby, I give him props. You know, he just rose a whole new notch in my book.
He was already one of my favorite players, and it just it helps him in my book a lot more. So.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching segment 2. Stay tuned for segment 3 of Smack Talk. I'm Shawn Adams.
Tony Gaglione. Thanks for watching.